What is going on, everyone? I hear how late you're going to be. You're still late, Ryan. You're going to miss it again. If you're not used to the fact that I am going to be 5 minutes late on this stream, that it basically starts at 3:35 now, I don't know what to tell you. You haven't been picking up what I've been putting down. But I do appreciate everyone being here. Typically, it's about 5 minutes late. I always put everything off the last second. I always take a shower right before I get my hair done nice for this whole thing, so it takes a little bit. It takes a little bit. And then I pull up all my tabs. You guys know I love my tabs. And I had to grab a beer. I'm drinking this. This is what I've been drinking like nonstop. Coors Banquet beer. I absolutely love it. I love it, and I wasn't reminded of how much I love it until I watched Cobra Kai, and Johnny Lawrence just drinks this shit like it's fucking water, and I love it. And so ever since I started watching Cobra Kai, I'm like, oh my God, I need a banquet. I need a banquet. And now I have it. What is going on, everyone? We got 138 people. I know there's like a lot of random people live right now, so I do appreciate you guys being here. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream than normal. I'll try to keep reminding everybody throughout. I'll try to keep reminding everybody throughout the stream. We'll probably only go about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer. There's a big charity stream that a bunch of people are doing over on Star Wars Theory's channel. A big charity stream for St. Jude's that I think I'm going to get an invitation to that. So that should be fun. That should be really cool and raising a bunch of money for people. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll probably cut it off a little bit early here, which means I won't do the hangout in Discord. But I do have an announcement for the channel members and for the patrons. Right now, at this point on Wednesday, I am planning on doing a private stream just for all of you guys, just me talking to all of you in the chat. And then on Saturday, for my top tier members and patrons, I do intend to do the Patreon stream. So I'll be putting that out officially on Patreon and on the channel community page in a little bit. So I'll keep reminding that, though, as people come in. Let me read a couple of these super chats. Dorito Bear, he's holding a Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah, we do have the Dorito Bear. Look at this. So my Bears are playing. Full confession, I have been a little bit distracted there. I've been a little bit distracted. My Bears are playing. They're not good. They're 500, and I've been so tuned out on a lot of the NFL this year, just with all the side bullshit going on. But I am rooting for my Chicago Bears to take down those New Orleans Saints, and I'm wearing my Bears shirt. So bear down and drink. Hungry Ewok for $2. Gonna grab a Shasta Cola. Ooh, you're gonna grab a Shasta. You're gonna grab a Shasta. Great, Hungry Ewok. That's good. Biggles Mets for $5. Did you hear about this guy, Ryan Kinel? Well, you better take notice. Well, thank you. Well, thank you, Biggles Mets. I appreciate it from my hype man, as always. Now, let's see who else is in here. I see Siberian Dream is in here. Fallout Zone G is here. Experiment 626. Chris Arcella. What's up, Chris? Mike Jackson. Ryan loves Baby Yoda. What the fuck? I didn't think that they could get worse, right? I didn't think that the name could get worse than Baby Yoda until they said Grogu. I'm like, oh, God, I wish everybody called him Baby Yoda again. What a terrible name. I see that Star Wars girl. Where is Drunk 3PO? I don't know where Jay is. I always send him the link about maybe an hour into these streams or so. I send the link out there. So I know Jay's been busy. Jay has been a busy guy with everything he has going on. I saw a couple people saying, when's the next RK3PO happening? We said back in December that we were going to kind of wait to the start of the new year. And then obviously the start of 2021 has been crazy as far as what he's been going on his channel and everything. So I'm sure we're going to start back up soon. Don't worry. And if he's around, I hope he can come on for a little bit today as well. Roman Carlisle for $5. We'll milk this whole snowflake generation, John Kreese. I have Cobra Kai shit that is on the way. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for my Cobra Kai shit. I fucking love this show, and I'm really excited to talk about it a little bit too, actually. I'm excited to talk about it too. I was watching Anna's video I lost her chat, but here it is. I was watching Anna's video before the stream talking about Anakin and toxic masculinity being the reason for his fall to the dark side. And I mean, I pointed out clearly, it's all Padme's fault. Like, it always has been, always will be. Padme groomed young Anakin from a very young age to become obsessed with her. Then she is the reason that he broke his commitment to the Jedi Order to be with her. It is all Padme's fault. Anakin did nothing wrong. He was just following his instincts. And there's nothing wrong with that. Padme is the one to blame. Blame the woman. Blame the woman. That's what I always say, especially when it's Padme. Arson Panda for $5. What's up, Arson Panda? I like that name. Yo, love the channel, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Arson Panda. I appreciate the support, man. And I like your avatar as well. Baby Yoda's fucking retarded, says Trey. What's up, Trey? Trey doesn't cut around the cut corners. He doesn't beat around the bush. He just gets to it. Baby Yoda's fucking retarded, he says. Thank you, Trey. I mean, he's 50 years old. He doesn't know how to talk yet, so maybe there's something there. Autobot Megatron. I took a fat Grogu last night. Ugh. That's interesting. What is this? Thank you. Been saying that for years. Oh, Padme. Yes, the Padme. That's right. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. I just want to go around karate chop kids in the face right now, to be honest. That's what Cobra Kai has me wanting to do. I am drinking banquet beers, and I am kicking children in the face. That is what's going on when you watch Cobra Kai. Christian Delorme. I'll get these other super chats too. I just saw this pop up. Welcome to the Raging Ryans. You are now a channel member. I appreciate that, Christian. You now have access to a bunch of cool emotes. I need to get more. I've been really lax on getting those out there. Actually, Steph has made me a couple things that I've been so lazy I haven't even got out there, but I will get those out there soon because you channel members deserve your emotes. So thank you for that. Where did the super chat go? There was Christian with that Canadian $5. Hey, what is this? Hey, mofo, is that what that's supposed to say? Hey, man, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it is censored. So I'm going to say, it says, hey, motherfucker, some love from Canada. And yeah, Golden Banquet is good stuff. Everyone thinks Coors, they think Coors Light because that's what you see everywhere. But Coors, Golden, Coors, the banquet beer, Coors Original is where it's at. Stop avoiding my harassment, Ryan, you loser. There's hate-mongering verbal terrorists to the toxic brood. I would never ignore you. I would never ignore you. Ever. Ryan is neck deep in some Cobra Kai. I am balls deep in Cobra Kai. Ain't no neck. My head ain't up there, but I'm balls deep in it. That's for sure. What about Terry Silver? Season 4. Season 4. Someone says, why isn't Ryan watching the Bears? Bruh, I got it right there. Don't worry. I'm keeping an eye on it. Keeping an eye on it. Mexican Iron Man, my man, a patron of this channel at the highest level. Mexican Iron Man is awesome. He supports so many fucking people, and he set up a huge stream last night with Echo Base Network, where I didn't really understand why I was there. I get an invite and it says, hey, these guys want you on. They got some other guests lined up too. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Star Wars Theory, Ethan Van Sciver, that Star Wars girl, and you. I'm like, what the fuck? Me? You want me there too? Are you sure you're contacting the right person? But it was a blast. We had a lot of fun just talking about Star Wars. Robert Meyer Burnett was there as well. So yeah, it was a great stream. Thanks again for last night. You killed it. See you at Theory at 5 p.m. today, and see you for the member patron streams this week. Boo Grandpa Drew, boo Saints. Long live the Outpost. Hail RK. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. I appreciate that. And let me know. I don't know who I'm getting the link from or whatever, but yeah, if it's from you, I'll take it from you, whatever it may be. I'm looking forward to that. It should be interesting. Should be interesting. For those of you that are just coming, there's a huge charity stream going on with a bunch of different YouTubers. over on Star Wars Theories channel today, starting in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we might cut the stream a little bit short today, and probably send people over there. It's all going to St. Jude's for Children's Hospital, cancer research, all that stuff that St. Jude's does. So really good cause. A lot of people with a lot of different perspectives coming together to talk about Star Wars. So it should be fun. Should be fun. I had a blast last night talking to everybody. Boma Film for $5. I think John and Dave are geniuses for releasing the announcement that Kevin Feige is making Star Wars movies for fans the same day they released High Republic. Listen, I want to talk about that a little bit, actually. I don't think John and Dave had anything to do with that announcement or that writing. And I also think that there's a lot of people out there with the perception that that the High Republic was supposed to be KK's crowning achievement. And that's simply just not true. The High Republic, we are paying a lot of attention to it because of everything that Disney has done with Star Wars right now. So when they made this cringe announcement, everyone was like super focused on it. At the end of the day, these are books and comics. Star Wars has been putting out books and comics for a while. This is a little bigger deal because like a connected universe going in a different timeline, but this is not supposed to be someone's crowning achievement or anything. This is like this next to The Mandalorian. This is nothing, because as someone who has been paying attention to Star Wars books and comics for quite a while, you probably can't see I got a shit ton of Star Wars comics down underneath on the bottom shelf. As someone who's been paying attention to all of that for a long time, the amount of people that actually read Star Wars books is very small in comparison to people that watch the TV shows and watch the movies. So I think people are really blown out of proportion a little bit, thinking that this was supposed to be, oh, this is her pet project. No, it's not. Kathleen Kennedy isn't involved with anything creatively. She hires people to do shit. And in my opinion, what she does is she hires people that align with her thought process, that align with what her vision is for Star Wars typically. And then they go and they insert those politics. They insert that stuff that they have in common. But as far as Kathleen Kennedy knowing anything about the High Republic, no, I don't think she does. But yeah, the Kevin Feige stars, I'll say too, that died down pretty quick too. I saw one day of videos about it. Kevin Feige's, they got the writer on there for his Star Wars movie. I guess we'll see what happens. But I don't think John and Dave had anything to do with that announcement either. But I do appreciate the super chat and the thoughts, Boma Film. Thank you. Price is Right review for $2. Sup, bro? Anakin was basically a simp for Padme. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Price is Right. Anakin was a simp. Anakin, listen, he was a dude. He wanted that pussy. That's what Anakin wanted. Can you really blame him? Can you blame the man? No. You know why you can't blame Anakin? You know why Anakin did nothing wrong? Because Padme knew what she was doing. Padme groomed him. That's what happened. Arson Panda for $6.90, so 69. I love that. So honestly, do you think there will be a Last of Us 3? Will Neil shut his ball gargler? I do not think we'll see a Last of Us 3, at least for a long time. I do think we will eventually see the HBO TV series. I think the response and reaction to that may dictate what they do going forward with The Last of Us 3. Really, they need to start a new franchise. I think they killed this one. Because Neil Druckmann will not shut up. He's now the president. He got promoted after all this bullshit. That's what I think. Subhuman with a huge super chat. Let me pull that up. Where the hell is that? I saw that red pop up. I was like, holy cow. Subhuman for $100. Been a while since I dropped you a nice super chat. Hope the new year is treating you well. Thank you so much, buddy. Again, Subhuman, one of the so many people out there that is so supportive of a shit ton of creators. I really appreciate that, Subhuman. Dude's been awesome. He's a member of the channel, comes on the Patreon streams, always hanging out in the Twitch chats, always out there to support everybody on every channel. And that is awesome, dude. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. And I thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I see Echo Base Network in the chat. What's up, Echo Base, with a huge stream. I don't even know how many you guys, 2,000 or 3,000 people watching last night. That was nuts. That was awesome. Metal Gear Mando, my man Metal Gear Mando. Justina Ireland is a hack. Yes, Justina Ireland is a hack. Should we start off talking about this? Should we start off talking about this? Let's start off talking about Justina Ireland and the High Republic. That's what I want to talk about, because Justina Ireland, there's some people who didn't know who she was until, a few days ago. I was talking about Justina Ireland about a year ago when Project Luminous was really revealed and the writers behind it, in coordination with Ichibaka, because I just talk about shit. I find stuff and then I talk about it. People like Ichibaka, people like Data Racer are ones who actually go out there and find this stuff and then write blogs, write articles. Obviously, Data Racer collects all this shit and puts together. That is not easy. That is annoying, intensive work. It really is. And so I really appreciate that they do that, and it allows it to be way easier for people like us to talk about it. So I just wanted to give that shout out for sure to Ichibaka. Now, Justina Ireland. Let's talk about her. Whoops. Justina Ireland. There's so many recent ones from Ichibaka. We're going to pull all of these up. Now, Justina Ireland is a writer. She focuses normally on young adult novels. And she's written, I think, 2 things for Star Wars before. A Lando young adult novel and another one, I think Rise of the Resistance, possibly, if I remember right. But she is one of the 5 main writers for the High Republic. Justina Ireland does not like white people. She is a big SJW. She's very woke. And to be honest, all of these things, as long as they don't get into the writing, as long as you don't, well, except for the hating white people, that's a problem if someone is a racist. But as long as your identity politics and your beliefs and all this bullshit, as long as it doesn't make it into your writing, that's fine, honestly. I think that I read a lot of shit and I consume a lot of content that, people are extremely, opposite views of mine. Almost everything we get from Hollywood, those people probably have extreme opposite views of mine. And that's okay, because the point should be to make content that is for everyone. Justina Ireland isn't necessarily like that. And in fact, she told people that if you don't agree with her, you shouldn't even waste time buying her book. If you don't agree with me politically, then don't even buy the High Republic. That's maybe not the best marketing technique. Just a guess, Justina. But we're going to go through a couple of these things. Ichibaka gathered a lot of this, of course. Justina Ireland really hates white people. This is just in 2020. This is not any of the tweets before 2020. This is just from 2020. Now, there's a cornucopia of tweets that you could hunt out from prior to that talking about white people. This is just 2020, though. Wheel Publishing really does love it when white people write about racism, don't they? In honor of BNB Buzz and Penguin Random and the terrible decision to literally blackface books to your 11th grade English teacher, consider a classic, but feature nary a person of color, let's use hashtag diverse editions hashtag to consider what those books would really be like. White nonsense gets up early, but I get up earlier. And there's a couple that are like, whatever, that aren't that big of a deal. But when you put them all together, it really tells you a story. Did you fart? No, it's just me summoning my stand. White privilege. It's really not hard to be bitter about it's really hard not to be bitter about all the white people in publishing regurgitating the things that black women have been saying for almost a decade, like it's new. More shit talking about all the white people you knew back in the day didn't see you as a human. What about here? Ain't it wild how white people get to be children until they're 40, but if you're black, people think you should be an adult at 12? Today during my run, I composed an entire literary story about a white guy who goes out in public trying to get the COVID so we can have a platform. Then I realized this is probably going to be some bullshit that ends up in the New Yorker. White people so afraid of spices when traveling around the history of European countries as them traveling around the world to find better food. Woo, not gonna lie, every time I see a white young adult author with a young adult with a brown girl on the cover, I cringe a little, like full body wince. So white people can't write, quote, people of color. There you go. What else? I mean, it's just on and on. This is just from 2020. This is just from 2020. And then this is the first one of 2021. I guess mediocre white men still going to be on here bragging about their mediocrity as though it's hilarious anecdote instead of pure assholery. So thanks for establishing that baseline early 2021. Right. So this is Justina Ireland in a nutshell right here. But there's more. I just got to find the right one. Because there were some people. I forget exactly where it was, but she basically said, "Hey, there's a lot of angry white people that are mad because they just realized a black woman is writing for Star Wars. Stay mad." No, Justina, we're mad that you're kind of being a racist and you have identity politics driven shit in your books. Right. And then she said, look at all of this stuff. These people are so angry about a black woman writing Star Wars. And I'm not going to read that there. Where was I? Oh, here it is. I don't care if you're mad that I talk about race. You're entitled to your feelings, but don't think I'm going to engage with any bad faith arguments. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And then we have this. This is maybe my favorite one right here. Someone asks, it used to be common folk wisdom to not share your political beliefs for fear of losing fans. How has the last 4 years changed that? Are you still afraid of losing fans? This is what Justina Ireland says. The problem is, if you don't like my politics and my beliefs and my moral compass, you aren't going to like my books. So let's just go ahead and save everyone some time. If you don't like it, don't buy it. How many times have we heard that before? And how many times has it worked out? Kelly Sue DeConnick said that same thing. If you don't like my politics, then don't buy my books, right? You know, no one fucking did. Same thing with Battlefield 5. If you don't like the fact that we're going to be talking about identity politics, we're going to have a crippled woman in World War II, then don't buy it. Guess what? No one did. That combined with a lot of other bullshit for Battlefield 5, obviously. But when you play these games, when you tell people, when you tell half of your audience to get fucked, to fuck off, you shouldn't be surprised when they leave. And that's exactly what is happening with something like the High Republic. And I was kind of, I can't say I was shocked, but I was a little surprised that she would take it to this level. She continues to talk about this stuff. She continues to press it forward instead of just shutting the fuck up. That's what she should be doing, is shutting the fuck up. But this is the problem. 3 of the 5 authors of the High Republic are doing things similar to what she's doing, have made statements about a different race or different gender of people that they despise for one reason or another. Typically, it's straight white men. Those are the ones that they hate the most. Go figure. But Claudia Gray, Justina Ireland, and Daniel Jose Older have all said a lot of shit about people on social media that drives audiences away. And Justina Ireland keeps doubling down on this bullshit. She thinks she's clever. She thinks she's fun. She thinks she's witty. All the crazy cat ladies are in her corner. But real Star Wars fans are tuning out of this shit. And even if you might have been able to pull them back in, they see that and they say, why the fuck would I want to engage with that? And that's where we are. Jeremy for $10. Sounds like the High Republic is SJW garbage. It definitely is. There's definitely some of it that is SJW fucking garbage. Thanks, Jeremy, for hanging out. Jeremy is going to be over on there on Star Wars Theory's big charity stream as well, starting in about an hour. So that should be awesome. That should be awesome. Someone said it sounds a bit echoey. Well, we are in an echo chamber. That's what I've been told. Let me catch up with your super chats, guys. Thank you so much. Maybe I'm just yelling. Maybe it's just because I'm yelling so much. I don't know. Let me check. Make sure I got the right shit. The right shit hooked up. Yeah, we've got the Yeti. We should be good. We should be good. But sometimes I get a little loud. Star Wars Nate for $5. Yo, what's up, Ryan? Love the channel. Quick question. Other than Jedi Fallen Order 2, what other Star Wars video games you think are coming and are excited for? I have heard stuff about a KOTOR remake or KOTOR reimagining for a long time. I don't think it needs a reimagining. I think that a straight up KOTOR remake would be incredible, but I don't think we'll get it. I think it will be some blend of shit where they try to reinterpret the character of Revan, insert their identity politics into it, all of that stuff, maybe move up the timeline so it's closer to the High Republic era. That's kind of what I would think is coming, something related to KOTOR, because now what we see, what I've been saying all along, right, is that they're going to take this shit. They're going to take all of this. They're going to take, since the sequel trilogy failed, they're going to go back and pull from the EU. We've seen them doing it in The Mandalorian, taking some stories, taking some things that happen in the expanded universe, reiterating it, making it different, and then plugging it in because they know those things have worked in the past. So that's what they're doing. Some people see that as honoring. Some people see that as honoring the EU. Some people see it as pilfering from the EU without actually giving credit. Depends on your perspective. I think you guys probably know mine. So I have always said that I think they're going to go back and use characters like Revan, who are beloved. Go back and use characters like Darth Bane, who have a rich history. And it wasn't very long after I said that. Like right after the release of Rise of Skywalker, I said that. I think they're going to go back and do something with Revan. A couple days later, in the art of the Rise of Skywalker, we saw that one of the Sith legions was named like Revan, was named after Revan. So I don't think that's necessarily confirmation that that's what they're doing, but I personally think that's what's going to happen. We've heard a lot of whispers from people that are pretty close to Lucasfilm, so that's kind of what I think may be in the works. And I hope they just do a straight remake. I would like that. I would like a straight remake. But I just don't see it happening. Alex McCarthy for 99 cents, the dude with the shades on. Thank you so much, Alex, for being such a big supporter of so many people, man. Thank you. That Star Wars girl for $5. Where the hell is Drunk 3PO and why isn't he here? I don't know where Jay is. No, that was yesterday. He was at the theme park. I was texting Jay earlier. I will send him a link in a little bit. So hopefully he can pop on. I'm not sure if he'll be able to or not, though. Nerd Cookies for $2. Do you prefer zombies or vampires? Now, that's a great question, Nerd Cookies, which means she watched the stream last night. She watched EVS outline his entire theory about, what is it? It's vampires and aliens, and then zombies and werewolves. These two are connected in pop culture. And as one starts to rise, one political party in America starts to rise to power. And as the other one comes up, the other political party rises. So it's an interesting question. I think I would prefer zombies to vampires for sure. Anthony Arribas for $5. What's up, Anthony? Hey, what's up, Ryan? Crazy freaking times we're in, bro. It's almost depressing. I'm going to keep tuning in when I can, and to the rest of the squad. Thank you, Anthony. I try to, this is what I'll say. I try to make it not depressing. I try to stay high energy. I try to make it fun for you guys I try to make it fun for you guys to hear me shitting on these terrible things. That's what I attempt to do. I hope that I'm successful in that. We got 525 people watching right now, so at least it's going okay. At least it's going okay so far. And we are going to talk about something that I love later. We are going to talk about a little bit of Cobra Kai. So that, as I sip on my banquet beer, that is going to be good. That is going to be uplifting as we crush the SJWs who are trying to cancel Cobra Kai, because it's one of the few things out there that's actually good. So where are we? Arson Panda for $66.90. Just curious, what is the funniest, most stupid hate message you've gotten your way so far? All right, there's a dude. I shouldn't say this one. I'm not going to say this one because it will maybe encourage more people to send these to me. But there are on Instagram too. There are these people that Mostly it's sports people from Sports Wars. These people get so triggered. These bronze sexuals, that's what I call them. So a lot of people call them. The people that just love LeBron James and worship LeBron James, even though he's an absolute fucking retard, right? They worship LeBron James, and if you say anything bad about him, they hate your guts. And these freaking weirdos are constantly spamming me in DMs. They try to bring me into group chats. They just tag me everywhere. And I just ignore them. I've never paid any attention to these fucking losers because they're just anonymous people with locked accounts, you know, just these pussies out there. So I would say that is maybe like the most funny thing is these dudes that just continually try to spam me, all because I call out LeBron James for the bullshit that he spews. And it's really funny. It's really funny. And they watch every video. They hate it, and they watch every video. I do get that here too. Almost every time I make a Naughty Dog video, I get spammed in Twitter in DM inboxes with people like, oh, co-parter, oh, crying about Last of Us. Like, these guys are watching every video I do about it months later. So I thank them for the ad revenue. I thank them for the boost of the algorithm. These people are fucking losers. Always have been, always will be. So it is what it is. Where did that go? All right, Hurin the Steadfast for $5 Canadian. Thank you, Hurin. I appreciate that, my friend. Judson Coe becomes a member. Thank you, Judson. I can't remember if you were a member before. I think you may have been. It always redoes that if you change your payment or anything, but thank you so much. I appreciate it, Judson Coe. Chris Arcella for $5. A woman that despises Caucasians has a last name that is named after a European country. Yes, Justina Ireland. Justina Ireland. So yes, indeed. Stuart Shields for $5. Jay is getting ready to start a charity live stream of Star Wars Theory at 7 p.m. Central. Yes, Jay is going to be on there as well. From what I know Jay's going to be there. James is going to be there. Josh from Den of Nerds is going to be there. Several of the people that were on the stream with Echo Base Network last night are probably going to be there as well. So it's going to be an absolute blast. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Stuart. Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $2. Your attempt to make this fun is depressing me. Well, buckle up. Get ready for more. Get ready for more. Roger Haynes, Canadian, $2. A thumbs up super sticker. Thank you, Roger. Chris Arcella for $5. Seems like super chats won't allow you to type white anymore. I tried to type that in a previous super chat. Wouldn't allow me. Really? Really? Nerdrotic and Echo Base will be there too. Hell yeah. Nerdrotic and Echo Base are going to be there, says Jeremy. Ryan, are you going to be there? I plan on being there, Jarrett, so it should be fun. I'm going to end the stream a little bit earlier than I normally would. A little earlier than I normally would. Usually we go for 2 hours. I'll probably end it around an hour and a half to make sure to send people over there for that charity stream. What's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? I don't fucking know. All these guys got weird hair and shit. I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. Lethal just says white. So it must not have been the white part that was not allowing you, Chris. Must have been something else. White seems to work fine in super chats. Oh, you shut your damn mouth, Ryan Kinel fan. Cobra Kai's overrated. You son of a bitch. It's really good. I think that season 3 might be a little bit overrated. But Gerald Armstrong for $5. A student of history, the social media cleansing reminds me of the Highland clearances when the British government evicted people from their homes. Yeah, like, this is what I'll say. Like, we're about to talk about Pedro a little bit. I don't want to go too deep into Pedro because, like, what he did, I don't think that he should actually get in any trouble for that. But the problem is there's a fucking double standard right now on media. And that's clear. Like, regardless of whatever side of the political aisle you are on, if you're in the center, if you're on the right, if you're on the left, if you're somewhere in between, if you don't believe in any of that shit, think it's all fucking stupid, you can't look at what's going on, at least for me here in America, it's the easiest way to look at it, and see that the big tech companies are clearly deplatforming certain thoughts, not because of violation of terms of service for inciting violence or anything like that. No, it's thought crimes. It's because they think a different way. And to me, if you're trying to silence someone, if you're trying to shut someone down, it's obvious because you don't like what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like you're scared of what they're saying. Because in reality, and that's why, listen, when people come into chat, how many times have you guys seen me, right? When people come into chat and start talking shit, what do I do typically, right? As long as it's not absolute spam, as long as it's not actually like, you know, saying they're going to kill somebody or whatever. What do I do with that? I usually highlight it and I make fun of them. And I talk shit to them and I fucking wreck them. I abuse the fuck out of them if they come here and talk shit, you know, because that's not, to me, that's how you deal with that kind of thing. If you see someone that says something absolutely fucking retarded, you call that and you say, look at how stupid this person is. Go fuck yourself. That is so ridiculous that I'm going to make fun of you and so that everyone else understands how stupid what you're saying actually is. When you go straight to deplatforming these people, when you're so scared of what they have to say that you get rid of their platform and pretend they don't exist, you unperson them, it's because you're scared of what they have to say. That's the only reasonable thought process in my mind. And that's what we're seeing going on right now in society. And I know there's a lot of people out there that want to say, listen, Twitter is they are a company that can have their own rules. They don't have to follow free speech guidelines in accordance with the First Amendment. Okay, there's an argument to be had there about whether they are a platform or a publisher. Article 230, things that we have been talking about for a long time as far as internet and censorship, all these things. There's arguments to be had there. That's fine. I don't even want to really get into that because it's a big argument. There's realistic things you can talk about. But when you are talking about not just one company, you're talking about Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Discord, YouTube, Google, Apple, Spotify, Shopify, whatever the fuck that is. All of these things, all on the same day, deciding to get rid of someone for their thoughts. That's a problem. And it's collusion. It is coordinated. That is illegal, regardless of anything else. And that's how these companies work. They all get together and they unperson someone. You might say, oh, just create your own platform. Okay, they go over to Parler. What happens to Parler? Their web hosting service gets taken down because people complain. All right, well, just build your own web hosting service. All right, well, that takes money. What happened to what happened to the leader of the Proud Boys? Oh, that's right. Chase closed his bank account because of his political beliefs. Closed it. So if you can't use an app, okay, go make your own app. All right, I'll make my own app. Oh, this web hosting service wouldn't provide me. All right, I'll do my own thing. I'll spend all this money to be able to host my own shit. That's fine. Okay, well, now you can't have a bank. You can't have a bank, sorry. You can't have access to money. You can't digitally transfer money. You see what I'm talking about? This is not just deplatforming someone. This is depersoning people. That is the level that it will go to. And people that still have a voice need to continue to speak out about it. Now, we are limited as to what we can say so that we can maintain our voice. But we need to keep at it. We need to keep reminding people about what's going on. That's what I intend to do here. You know, I don't talk about politics on this channel virtually at all for a reason, because I like to make this more about entertainment and how identity politics bullshit is getting into that. I haven't talked to you guys about my political views very much at all, in all honesty. I've roasted a lot of people in certain ways, so you might know where I'm coming from. But I've never come out and tell you guys who to vote for. I've never come out and told you guys who I vote for. Ever. So that's just the way I roll. But, you know, some things you just can't ignore, right? Some things you just can't ignore. And so that's kind of how I feel about all of that, in a very long, drawn-out way. Gerald Armstrong. Oh, I read that one. Thank you, Gerald. Peter Hahn for Canadian $2. White candy corn. Yes, you can say white. Arson Panda for 690 says, true, won't let you type white people. So that's the thing. That's the thing. 187 says, not all Braun fans hate. I know, not all Braun fans. There are Braun fans that really hate me, though, that really despise me. But thank you, 187, for hanging out, even though you don't agree with a lot of shit. So Arson Panda says it won't let you type white people. Interesting. God damn it, my Bears destroyed. The good Tom King for $5. Censorship is the child of fear and the father of ignorance. There you go. Thank you, the good Tom King. Chris Arcella for $2. Kathy Ireland is greater than Justina Ireland. Kathy Ireland greater than Justina Ireland. I ain't gonna pretend you're wrong there. That's a good one, Chris. And I do have, guys, I do have two in the description. I should have linked. Let me see. I should have linked. I know there's a lot of you guys that don't want to support through PayPal. So actually, I did get a super chat through my Streamlabs. So I hope you're still here, Red Eye, for $5. Hail Ichibaka and Data Racer for the hard work they do. Absolutely. So thank you very much for that. I'll actually go ahead and here, let me post this here. Let me post that there. If there's anybody that doesn't want to use Google, if there's anyone that doesn't want to do any of that stuff, I get that. I understand that. So we do have it through Streamlabs. It just goes direct to PayPal. So you bypass Google. So that is available as well. It's in the description, and I just put it right there. And I think I might even be able to pin that if I can. I might do that in a second here. Joshua Sam for $5. Joshua Sam for $5. Hello, Ryan. Did you see that Angry Joe was supporting all the deplatforming and censorship the past couple days? He is such an idiot. Yes, I did, Joshua. And that is one of the things I wanted to talk about. So let me get through your super chats because you guys have been patient. I want to make sure I hit all of these and give them their due time. And then I want to get to the things that Pedro said and the deplatforming. Stuart Shields for $5. We are witnessing the modern day digital yellow starring of a group of folks like late 1930s Germany. Yeah. And, you know, if you don't think that, like that's what it is, like the people who have been saying you're a fascist, this person's a fascist. Imagine a fascist getting censored and deplatformed by everyone. If he was actually a fascist, how would this happen? It couldn't. Doesn't make sense because he's not. The ones that are censoring people for a certain point of view are the ones who are acting fascistic. That's how it goes. Phaser Face for $25. Phaser Face for $25 says Star Wars EU Tales from series of books I love, but Tales from Jabba's Palace was my favorite. I don't know why I can't fucking read. Did you read that one? What's your take on those stories? I think that style would make a good TV series in the key of AHS. AHS. I don't know what AHS means. I'm probably just missing that abbreviation for some reason because I'm an idiot. But as far as the Tales from, the Tales from are great. Tales from Jabba's Palace, it is awesome, and I think they've even taken some of these things and taken them into the Mandalorian. You look at Bib Fortuna surviving. I think it was Tales from Jabba's Palace where Bib Fortuna did survive. He actually took a speeder off of the barge because his plan was to take over Jabba's empire. Unfortunately, he got killed very shortly after returning to Jabba's palace by the monks. I forget what their names, Bodar or something. But the monks that were like basically went around on spiders with their brains in fucking encased. Yeah. So they've taken a lot of that stuff already. I did like them. The tales are great. They're short stories about different things that happen. It's almost like from a different point of view what they're doing now, except it actually makes sense and it's not trying to rewrite shit for identity politics purposes. So I do love the Tales from. Amish hat stand. Maybe. Yeah, maybe the monks. Phaser face, but the monks got him. Yeah, exactly. The monks got him. Oh, American Horror Stories. I got you. Yes. I had no idea what American Horror Stories was, but I understand now. Thank you for that. American Horror Stories. Lethal, that's horror, not horror. So just keeping that in mind. Liberty Prime for $5. FYI, Twitter and Facebook are not private companies. They are publicly traded on U.S. stock exchange and receive subsidiaries paid for by our tax money. I agree, but they are companies. They have they're still companies that can have their own rules. Just because they get money from the government doesn't necessarily mean that they have to abide by things like the First Amendment, right? However, when you look at Section 230, based on whether you argue if they are a publisher or a platform and what they are acting as, there is realistically, I feel like they should be treated that way. To me, Twitter should be like the street corner at this point. The internet should be like the street corner, because that's what people say. They're like, oh, the intention was never to let you get all these thoughts out there on the internet. They were just for you to go out there and speak on a corner to people and not be impeded by the government. Well, now, guess what? We're all fucking inside. First of all, the government is keeping us inside, but the internet is essentially so broadly available. That is the new public space. It just is. So I feel like the First Amendment should be applying to those cases there, but you would have to do with Section 230. Trump had the opportunity to, and he didn't push for it. The Republicans had an opportunity to, but they didn't push for it. So that's a problem. That's a problem. Twitter and Facebook are publishers, period. I agree with you. I agree with you that they are. But you know, the protection that they receive, that all has to be accounted for. All this has to be looked into. This should have been changed. This should have been changed a few years ago, after 2016, when we got this big push. That was the opportunity to do it. They decided not to, and it's coming back and biting us in the ass. That's what I think. Liberty Prime. Joshua Sam for $5. Do you think Neil Cuckman is happy with all the censorship happening right now? Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Of course he is. Let me go to Disney Star Wars is dumb, because I want to look at a couple of these things. Because Ichibaka basically did an article that was like, whoa, look at Daisy Ridley stuff. That's crazy. That is crazy, actually. Where is it? It's like, Jesus. Ichibaka did a video about, did a thing about Lucasfilm turds. Lucasfilm turds, like, supporting deplatforming. Here it is. Now, this was just about Josh Hawley, right? This was just about Josh Hawley, who's a senator in America. You probably don't know who he is, right? Simon & Schuster canceled his book deal because he wanted to challenge certain things, which was well within his right to do so. And you have Justina Ireland celebrating his book getting pulled out from under him, getting deplatformed, basically. Chris Weitz, I don't know who that is, but evidently he's associated with Lucasfilm. Jason Fry, Geek Girl Diva, Kelly Knox. Ray Carson was happy with that. The person who wrote The Rise of the Skywalker. Right? All these people supporting the fact that someone lost a book deal because of their very valid political beliefs. Should that happen to them? Should that happen to them? I don't think so. I don't think it should happen to anyone. But that's what you have going on right now. And let me find the one that happened yesterday, or that we got a lot of yesterday. This one. Data Racer. Pedro Pascal inciting targeted harassment of a U.S. senator today. Now, this is what Pedro Pascal put out there. Ted Cruz's phone number to share your thoughts. And then it's a series of numbers. Now, to be clear, this is not a dox per se at all. Like, this is a publicly available number for Ted Cruz, right? If you search long enough, you can find this random number that is out there for his office in I think it's in Austin somewhere. But Pedro Pascal tweets this out. I personally am okay with this. If nothing else had happened, I'm personally am okay with this because he's just simply putting it out there. He's not telling anyone to go attack anyone. He's not doing anything like that. He's not trying to incite violence. Technically, we all know that's what he's doing. He's trying to incite harassment of Ted Cruz. That's obvious what he's doing. However, it's not, it's up for interpretation. But unfortunately, what we have going on right now is if a right-wing person did this to a left-wing person, say someone did Clint Eastwood, I don't know, Clint Eastwood or like Bruce Willis, who I think are kind of right-wing guys maybe. What if they posted AOC's office phone number and said, hey, leave your thoughts here? They would be getting canceled. They'd be getting blamed. They would be getting deplatformed for inciting harassment because people went and did exactly what you would think they would do. And when you look through Data Racer's tweets, right, when you look through all of these, I don't approve of doxing until now. Mando showing up to call out fascists. You love to see it. Thank you for sharing this number, Pedro. We'll flood the number. Real activism, bitch. Go off, King. Get his ass. Someone texting that. I'm pretty sure it's a landline. Thanks, Pedro Pascal. Making fascists pay and emphasize how evil and cowardly they are is what we should all be doing. Someone asking to drop Gina Carano's number too. Imagine the fucking blowback if that happened. So everybody went to the phones, right, to do exactly what he knew they would do and go on to Pedro. Or go on to Ted Cruz and essentially harass him for days. You knew that was going to happen. That's what he knew would happen too. Now, realistically, I don't think that he should be banned for that because he didn't say go out and incite harassment. He didn't say anything like that. But you have to treat these things the same way. They just banned someone because they think he incited violence, that he incited these things to happen, even though it's all based on what they feel like he meant with his words. The same standard should be applied equally with this, but we know it won't happen because it's different political spectrums. Either way, I think this is a shitty look for someone at Lucasfilm to be doing, getting this involved in the political landscape, especially someone who escaped. His family fled here to escape a fascist fucking regime. Maybe it's a communist regime. I don't remember. But that's why his family came here. And now he is supporting this fucking meltdown of social media that we are seeing with so many people getting deplatformed. He was one of the people celebrating when Trump got kicked off as well. And now he's doing this. Now he's doing this. And I guess we shouldn't be surprised because Pedro Pascal has proved over and over again that he's kind of an enormous piece of shit. So I don't know. Like, it's not surprising. We forgot about it pretty quick, though. I remember what he did to My Nerdy Home when he replied to her. He knew what would happen. And the ironic thing is that the vast majority of his fan base can't even vote probably because they're underage. None of them know what gender they would put when they actually do register to vote because they're all fucking confused as shit. So, that's what it is, though. That is Pedro Pascal and his fan base in a nutshell. All right, we are all caught up with super chats. Now, what I'm going to do is Eagle Fang. I see Eagle Fang in the chat. I'm getting an Eagle Fang shirt. Quicksilver. Hey, Ryan. Hello, Quicksilver. Shame you got shot in that one movie. Avengers Age of Ultron. I am going to put the link out because I want to talk about something. I want to talk about Cobra Kai and the people that are coming after it and these fucking idiots that think it has anything to do with, or that it's anything remotely close to the sequel trilogy. Let me see. I'm so lost right now. Copy to clipboard. There we go. Let me put this in. What is this chat even named right now? It's something stupid. Gay vibes. There it is. Boom. I put it in. We'll see if anybody comes. We'll see if anybody comes here to have fun. See if anybody come here to have fun. All right. Shut your mouth, you pussy. Who are you talking? You talking to me, Namans? You trying to get into it with me? I'm sure he's talking to someone else in chat. I want my wife back. But yeah, Revan is always like saying that I stole his wife. Always saying I stole his wife. Bastila, did I take Bastila from you? Probably. I'm going to take her. Send it to Drunk. Drunk has been sent the link. Drunk has been officially sent the link. But again, I don't know if he's going to be able to pop on before the stream. But he is there. Star Wars Theory is going to be on the charity stream, ladies and gentlemen. So that will be fun. Now, we do have some people here ready to talk. Well, they can give their thoughts about all the Star Wars bullshit, but also about Cobra Kai, because we got to talk about Cobra Kai. Mara, how are you?
I'm doing good. We kind of, Steph and I kind of covered this on my stream last night. I mean, apparently Cobra Kai 2 White, you know, that hashtag's going to go around now, apparently.
Yes, we are ready to talk about that. That's what I want to talk about, and about these comparisons these people are trying to make it to the sequel trilogy, all this bullshit. It's just absolutely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then someone else is back here who also loves Cobra Kai. Steph from My Nerdy Home. She's eating. I didn't realize she was eating.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I always come in muted. Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
All right. So, but before we used to get into Cobra Kai, did you guys have anything I already talked about the first hour about the High Republic bullshit, just Ireland, any of that stuff? Or
Well, I wasn't planning on buying the books anyway, but when she said that, I was like, done deal. Okay. I won't buy them.
Yeah.
Well, I know Steph was really planning on getting it because she saw a person of color on the cover and was like, I need to get this.
I identify with that person of color.
Yeah.
So I needed it. No, not at all. And fuck Pedro Pascal. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, you don't like him?
No, not at all. He's as slimy as his father.
He usually has like an inflated opinion of like his relevance, pretty much.
He's a slime. I'm sorry, but he's always like, oh yes, refugees, the refugees. You know, they were, they went back to Chile so that his dad would escape charges here in the United States, so he wouldn't get charged.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it said that they were welcome back like the prodigal son.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
because he worked as like a fertility doctor, and him and his partner were egg swapping without patient's consent. So yeah, it was quite the scandal.
So basically, the slimy apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eagle Fang Karate, to show the world you're not a bunch of pansy-ass nerds. That's right. Pedro, I am slimy, like my father before me. There you go. Well, on to something quickly that we really enjoy, which is Cobra Kai. Now, I know both of you guys really like it. I was shocked because to me, I didn't watch Cobra Kai the first 2 seasons. It was out on YouTube. I didn't really care about it. I like Karate Kid fine, but I wasn't like, I really wonder what Daniel LaRusso has been up to. Like, it wasn't something that I didn't think it was for me. I just thought it was probably for really hardcore Karate Kid fans. I was like, all right, whatever. Glad they're enjoying it. But it wasn't until everyone kept pushing me to watch it, and it was on Netflix, that I watched it fully. Season 3 came out, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Watch season 1 all the way through season 3 in a couple days. And the show is incredible. I don't understand why. I don't understand why I cared so deeply about these characters, but it's just because it's written so damn well. And they do it. It's not like, sometimes the show can get a bit predictable. Maybe it's not like it's like crazy hard to imagine what happens, but as soon as you're thinking it is predictable, they put something in there that makes you think and keeps you on your toes. And it's woke free. They're not pushing bullshit, and in fact, they're making fun of a lot of PC culture in ways.
Oh yeah,
especially with Johnny.
What I love about that show.
Yeah, especially with Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not even just with Johnny either, which is why I think that it's not just that they're saying, wow, the Johnny Lawrence character is not PC. You know, what they're doing is they're saying, hey, remember Daniel's people are like, it's cultural appropriation, the karate stuff. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, he doesn't understand why it would be cultural appropriation. So even they're like taking little shots at how ridiculous people can be sometimes. And the one thing that caught my eye today was this. Cobra Kai and Star Wars both ruined their reboots in the same tragic way.
So basically, it's
what?
How do they ruin their reboots? I'm just like really curious. I'm really curious right now because now they're too white, and now they ruin. Okay,
please.
White? That's like they're too white. Cobra Kai too white.
Yeah, so this is that article you're talking about. At Netflix, Cobra Kai broke out. Now its whiteness is under a new spotlight. And
which is kind of true. I mean, it started on YouTube Red. It was the only reason that I got YouTube Red was to watch Cobra Kai.
Well, because like they had like the first 2 episodes were like free. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a watch. And then I was like, fuck, okay, I gotta.
I know. I want to know what happens next. It's really good.
Yeah. And now it's under scrutiny. Just because
that's very true. It's not a reboot.
Neither Star Wars or this was a reboot.
It's not a reboot.
The irony. But yeah, this article here came out the other day. Basically, and it is true since it's on Netflix, it's on a bigger platform, and now you're seeing more of these woke activist journalists trying to take it down because it's not woke. It's not SJW bullshit. It's just fun, and there are a lot of white people involved in it because spoiler alert, it's about these 2 characters who happen to be fucking white. So it shouldn't be a surprise.
From the original movies. So it's like you'd have to basically cancel the original movies if you're going to complain about the show.
Exactly. It's so ridiculous. And like it'd be one thing if it were if they'd like race, maybe if this was the one maybe if they were doing the one with Will Smith's kid in it. Right. And all of a sudden he was white. That maybe then you could complain about something. These are the characters. It is the continuation of their stories and their family stories. Shockingly, their families happen to be white as well. What do you know?
But they couldn't give them a girlfriend or a wife of color. Oh, wait,
Johnny.
I'm pretty sure that Johnny is about to be dating Miguel's mom. So
yeah, like
exactly. And Rusty Shackelford says, Mr. Miyagi has passed away, but they do an incredible job of weaving him into every part of this show where they can, and they really honor his legacy. And you know, I think that I think they do a great job of that, and the fact that they're still pushing this, you know, 2 white narrative is ridiculous.
Exactly. You would think that they would write about that. They would write about how well this show is paying homage to Pat Morita, to Mr. Miyagi, to everything that he contributed to this franchise. You would think that that's the
that would mean that they would know the movie. This is like proof they don't know the movie.
They don't know it. They don't know it at all. Because at the heart of Cobra Kai, I feel like Mr. Miyagi, he is in the show. He is present. His presence is felt in the show without actually being in the show. And that is how well they're doing. That is how great the writing is. And the fact that they can't see that, the fact that they can't watch this show and not think of anything else other than the fact that, oh my God, there's too many white people in this show, and not recognize the fact that the one character that's not there, Pat Morita, is like the heart of a lot of the lessons that are learned in this show. And they can't see how this show is honoring that man.
No, they can't. Like in a way, he's the Asian lead that they're complaining is not non-existent in this show. Because his presence is felt, like you said, even without him being there. Yeah. But no, they look at the 3 main characters of the 3 main senseis, and God forbid they're all white to a degree, pretty much, and that's a no-no. You have to have an Asian lead right there, like in the center.
Right. And if they did replace some of the characters with Asian leads, you know what they would say? Oh my God, the Karate Kid, really? They did that. What a stereotype. It's like a lose-lose situation. Nobody can win. They're never going to be happy. So just continue to make this amazing program that you have made and just live off of the success of it, because that's essentially what this is. It's a success. People love it. And the people that don't love it don't understand why people love it so much, because it doesn't check off any of their boxes. So
yeah, it doesn't.
And Naaman's Will Smith's literally produced on the show. So the reason that I think he's a producer is because he owns a lot of the rights to Karate Kid stuff because of the movie they did in 2010. I think he bought a lot of it. So they actually had to get permission from his company to do the show. That is why I think he's a producer in it. I don't think he's involved in it in any way, shape, or form. I've never heard anyone talk about him other than they had to get permission from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I think what happened. His kid was like the star of the movie, so basically he bought into the rights when that movie was made.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's kind of something that happened. But the idea. This is why I think this is so terrible, because this show is the antithesis of Star Wars.
Oh, for sure. This is what Star Wars should have been. They're doing it right.
Yeah.
Star Wars
respecting the older characters, respecting what came before, and introducing new characters to a point where it's like you care about both the old and the new. Pretty much.
Care about both, and you're not getting angry at how they're presenting it, and they're just like, well, how come they like this and they didn't like what Star Wars did? Well, Star Wars ruined it. They ruined the franchise while introducing us to these new characters. They had to bring these characters down and ruin them, ruin these characters that we grew to love so much and care about. They ruined them. In order to make their characters be better. Cobra Kai is just not doing that. They're not doing that at all. They're honoring every single character and building upon what came before.
Yeah, because like the first season really, I'm going to go back and watch the first couple seasons, but the first season primarily focuses on Daniel and Johnny, because the writers knew that people coming in watching the show are not going to care about the teenage characters they're introducing. They're going to care about where is Daniel, where is Johnny, what have they been doing with their lives? Are they successful? Are they not successful? That's what they care about. That was the primary focus of season 1. And then season 2 shifted to the teenage characters, because you've basically now set up with the first season what came before, or at least a continuation of what came before, and then you moved on from there to the point now in season 3 you have a good blend of the old characters and the young characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Red Gaze says, a lot of people say this in the chat as well, many of the new characters are not white. That's the thing, where it makes sense to insert characters with different origins and histories, they do it. Like there are a lot of ancillary characters. So if you guys aren't familiar with the show, first of all, get familiar with it, watch it. What the fuck is your problem? Why are you not? Don't be like me. Don't be retarded and put off watching the show. Watch the show. It is really good, in my opinion. The premise is that in Karate Kid 1984, you had the All Valley tournament, and Johnny Lawrence loses to Daniel LaRusso. The Karate Kid wins, and Johnny was viewed as the bully for that entire movie. So fast forward to present day, and it's like, where are these people now? Well, Johnny Lawrence, ever since that happened, his life has just been absolute dog shit. He's a piece of trash. He's a deadbeat dad. He left the mother of his child. He's just like trying to scrape together any money he can. He's constantly drinking all the time. And his life's just shit. Daniel LaRusso, on the other hand, his life just keeps getting better. Everything that he could possibly wanted, he has. He's a successful businessman. It's all based off what he did in that tournament. He's well respected throughout the community. Mm-hmm. And slowly it's this redemption arc for Johnny, who is, getting back and doing something and giving his life purpose again, while also helping other kids have purpose and find purpose in their lives. Whereas Daniel has kind of lost perspective on where he came from. The poor kid from Reseda, he's lost perspective on that. So it's, all of a sudden you're rooting for Johnny. In that first movie, you're rooting for Daniel and you hate Johnny. That's what it should be. But now you're like, God, Daniel's completely lost where he's come from. Johnny should really like, I'm really pulling for Johnny. But then they consistently throughout the series kind of flip your perspective on these things, and things happen in certain ways that make you root for different characters. And none of these characters are perfect. They fail, you know, and then they learn from that and recalibrate. And it's
like, oh my God, characters.
Oh, especially at the beginning of season 3, man. Johnny is just
and characters fail. They're not perfect. Like, what sorcery is this? Like, you can't have imperfect characters.
But when they fail, it's things that make sense, that align with their character, which is why it's the antithesis of everything that we saw happen with the Star Wars sequel trilogies, because the way that they had these characters fail, it makes no sense. It doesn't make sense with their character why something like this would happen. But in this case, it makes perfect sense. It aligns with their characters and their values, what we know about them. And after you get introduced to them, you get introduced to these other kids. So a student of Johnny's and Daniel's daughter. And then you meet a couple other characters and ancillary characters to them, and they all have unique stories, and there's heel turns and babyface turns. And it is like wrestling in a way, because kids join one dojo and then realize that they're, you know, that, oh, what the fuck am I doing here, and go to another. It's awesome. And I highly recommend that anybody go and watch it if you haven't. It doesn't take long, 30-minute episodes, 10 episodes per season. Definitely. But it's, to me, the idea that it's being criticized for being too white is stupid. Making the same mistakes as the sequel trilogy is stupid as well. What's you guys' rankings as far as season? Which season do you like best?
First one is the best, and my ranking would go 1, 3, 2.
Yep, same.
See, I would actually go 1, 2, 3. I would do 1, 2, 3. I do think one. I think one is like perfect. I think one is like perfect, and then I think 2 is really good. 2, Sam is my least favorite character, and you get a lot of Sam in season 2. But season 3, to me, it started getting a little bit too convenient when he went to Japan and, you know, happened upon all these people.
I see that, but I saw where they were going with it. It basically is like, if you think about it, 80s movies. If you actually have to break down 80s plots and the films, like, there really is a lot of convenience that happens, but they're so entertaining you overlook it. But Steph and I were kind of in agreement yesterday in how, like, what took me out of season 2 was all the freaking teenage drama.
Yeah, all the teenage drama took us both out of season 2. So that's probably why we didn't like them. Season 3, I loved season 3 just because there's a lot of undertones to the third movie, Karate Kid, the third Karate Kid movie. There's in your face, the Karate Kid Part 2 with the characters that they bring back and everything. But, you know, a lot of the underlying themes of season 3 is the third movie, and that's where like the build for season 4 is coming, because I'm just like, oh my God. I want Silver back. I want Barnes back. Like, that is a reference to, that's a reference to Karate Kid 3. That's a reference to Karate Kid 3. Look, that lesson is a lesson he learned from Karate Kid 3. I know that they have to bring these characters back. So they set it up so well this season that I'm just like, God, this season killed it. No time was wasted in the season. No character was wasted. No story was wasted. Nothing was wasted this season. Everything was so good. Each episode built upon the last one. And it was so good. You couldn't stop watching. And when you had to stop watching to like go do something, to go eat, you like had to like, you wanted to come back and hurry up and finish. It was just so good. And it built for me that anticipation for the 4th season. And I haven't felt like this for a show in a while. Yeah. And it makes you, what's great about it too, is that it makes you want to go back and watch the Karate Kid movies. That's something that Star Wars didn't do. I was like, well, fuck, they like screwed up. Like, why do I want to go back and watch this? I know where they're going to end up.
Yeah.
You know, why do I want to go back to the beginning and watch it over and over? But Cobra Kai made me want to go back and rewatch the Karate Kid movies.
It is pretty crazy. And as someone who wasn't that big of a fan, like that was the thing for me. Like, for someone who he's not that big of a fan of Karate Kid. Like, I thought they were fine, whatever. Now this show, all I want to do is dig completely into it.
Yeah, and I wasn't a huge fan either of the Karate Kid. I've watched the movies before. They weren't my favorite movies, my favorite franchise or anything. I didn't get into Cobra Kai until it had been out for like maybe a month and a half, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, this show was amazing! This show was so good." And I was just like, "Okay, fine, I'll check it out and see if it's good." And it is good. It was really, really good.
Yeah, they basically sucked me in with the first 2 episodes, and they were like, "Huh, if you want to continue watching, you got to pay for it."
I know.
It's a good thing those first 2 episodes were so good then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me hit some of these super chats. Anthony Arribas for $1.99. This activism stuff is never gonna stop. No, it's never gonna stop. That's why we have to keep combating it. That's why we have to keep combating it for sure. Revin for $5. LMAO. After I called him out, or after I said I fuck Basta Lashan. Boma Film for $2 says, "Go off, girl." I think that was when they were talking, when you were talking about Pedro going back to Chile and his slimy dad.
Yeah.
Gene the Machine for $5. The part where Daniel earned the Miyagi scroll from Chosen is a direct jab at TLJ where Ray stole the Jedi text.
I think about it.
I know. I doubt it's a direct shot, but there's definitely some things that you can see. These are not the same stories.
Yeah.
And everybody, to me, everyone except for Sam, I think that everyone earns everything in this series. That's how I feel about it. I don't think Sam does. Because I don't like Sam. I don't like women in general, but I don't like Sam.
She's I don't necessarily say she's my least favorite character, but it got to a point where I was like, I actually liked Tori better than Sam.
Tori is awesome.
Yeah,
Tori is awesome.
And she actually has a good backstory.
I think, I don't know. For me, I felt like you're made to dislike Sam and Johnny's son,
Robbie.
Yeah, I feel like you're like they write them intentionally for you to not like them, or for them to be like, kind of the same character but played a little bit differently. Just because
Robbie's a fucking bitch.
Just because of who their parents are. It's like they're a product of their upbringing. Sam is a spoiled little brat. And she's kind of mirroring, because it says in the season, oh my gosh, her and Daniel used to be so close. They used to do karate together. They used to spend so much time at their little dojo, and she's lost. They've lost that. She's lost that. Daniel's lost that. They've both lost focus.
Yes. Major focus, especially on Sam.
So
I need to regain my balance. Fuck up, Daniel. Why don't you fucking drink a beer and kick somebody in the face? That's what he needs to do.
Well, he finally did that at the end of season 3 in a way. He saved Johnny. Spoiler alert, sorry.
Wish he would have killed Kreese.
Yeah.
I wish he would have killed him, and then Sam and Robbie saw it happen, and they were like, "Oh my god, maybe we need to join Cobra Kai." Project Piper Customs for £10. What's up, Project Piper Customs? Hey, Ryan, fan from the UK. Really glad you enjoyed Cobra Kai. It's rare to find moving pictures that we enjoy these days. SJWs do not exist in this dojo. That is right. That needs to be a shirt, actually. I like that. Matt Wilkins is here. I agree with Ryan. Robbie and Sam are the weakest characters of the series. Matt, have you seen Cobra Kai? I didn't know you'd seen Cobra Kai, Matt. That's good. And I bet there's people that
they're meant to be horrible. You're meant to
not.
I really think, yes, I do. I think you're not meant to like those characters.
No, I think that just different people. I just think different people gravitate towards different characters.
A lot of people in the chat don't like those characters. I don't like them either.
Yeah, because you know why? Because all the people in the chat are my people. That is why. You are my people.
Sam, basically, I mean, Sam is just annoying, but Robbie to me got to a point where I was like you just need to be smacked around a little bit. And like it's like what Sam said, like everybody has a sob story, and to that extent I kind of agree with her. That's why it's like, you know, whenever Robbie was like, oh, my dad's never there for me, oh my god, you snitched on me, things like that. And like, just have those like kids in the juvenile detention or whatever he is, like just smack him around just every day, pretty much. Like that's what he needed. It got to a point that's where he annoyed me that much, and then he reverted to his like juvenile delinquency ways later on in the series. So I'm like, okay, I wonder where this is going.
Yeah, and like I do think that they do a great job of, to me, they do a great job of making all characters' motivations make sense. So, for instance, the fight in season 2, you know, Tori starts the fight, Sam responds to the fight. Robbie tries to break it up and pulls Tori off. Miguel runs up and sees Robbie grabbing Tori.
Mm-hmm.
So like he doesn't realize what really started and why this happened. All he sees is Robbie grabbing Tori. So he goes after him. Like it all makes sense, so that whatever character you're rooting for, their motivation, you have a reason to back that character, and what they did was plausible and realistic. So that, again, that's just something I think that they just do really fucking well. Revan for $5. The biggest issue with the movie studios is producers value critic verification over the happiness of true fans, i.e. The Last Jedi and Venom on Rotten Tomato scores. There you go. Thank you. I agree, Revan. This one's well received by critics and audiences, which is rare, extremely rare. Roger Haynes for Canadian $5. Funner to watch Cobra Kai, season 1, then Karate Kid 1, second season, second movie, etc. Yeah, that's true. I would imagine you want to watch Karate Kid, then Cobra Kai, then season 2, and then maybe season 2, and then the second movie to set up what would happen in 3. But yeah, I'm down with that. I think that makes sense. But guys, we are 3 minutes away from a big charity stream that has already raised a lot of money. So I'm going to let you guys plug what you have real quick, and then we're going to send everybody off. And again, for my patrons and channel members, we're not going to be doing the Discord call after this, because I am hopping on the charity stream with a bunch of people over on Star Wars Theories channel to get a bunch of different perspectives on Star Wars. So that should be good. They're raising a bunch of money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, raising money for cancer. So make sure you guys go and take a look at that. Drunk 3PO will be there. Nerdrotic will be there. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers will be there. It's going to be fucking awesome. But why don't you guys plug your stuff, and then I'll send you there.
Okay, which one goes first?
You plug your stuff first, Mara. You're on top.
Right. Okay. All right, now I go by Mara Jade, aka Jade Shadow, for my channel, and I'm going to be getting back into the normal YouTube grind starting tomorrow, making videos, because I kind of basically let my channel lapse with basically getting sick over the holidays, and then the holidays themselves happening, so it really was no time or energy I had to put into my channel. But I'm going to get back into making videos, and then getting back into doing more frequent live streams other than the Saturday one I do with my nerdy home. We generally do it 10 p.m. Eastern Saturday evenings. We'll be skipping this Saturday and then coming back next Saturday because I have like stuff I have to do. But that's all. I don't really plan my videos. I just talk about whatever comes up and that needs a rant or an explanation or anything like that. Pretty much.
There you go. Sub to Mara Jade. Steph, what do you got going on?
Oh, you know, same old, same old. I'm on Mara's channel.
There you go. Make sure you sub to her as well. She's been very busy lately, but sub to her anyway.
I don't promote myself very well.
That's true. So make sure you sub to her. Just click her little thing there. Just go to her channel. Star Wars Theory.
I'll put it in the chat. I got it.
Okay. I'm going to put it in there too, because I already did all the work for it. Boom. So make sure you guys check out that charity stream. It's going to be going on in like right now. So it should be going live right now.
Yeah, click my link. That is.
No, click my link. Click my
Click
link.
my link.
All right, but thanks for hanging out, guys. We had over 600 people here for a good portion of the stream, which was fucking awesome.
Click the like on your way out.
Yeah, hit the like on the way out. What should we end with? What should we end with?
Click Steph's link, otherwise you're sexist.
That's right. Of course. I guess let's. Are we all going over to Star Wars Theories charity stream? Is it going to happen? I heard rumors it's going to happen. It's true.
It's true.